All right. Let's see, level 54. We got. Let's go ahead and do that. Maybe do some nightmare sigils in a minute. I still have to finish grinding out the event before it ends. What is it, 5 days? I don't have that many more cosmetics to get. Long 22 minutes, 21 minutes. That's easy enough.
Not while I'm in town. Not while I'm in town. An elder fury. I need more time.
Let's go over here because I know all of the structures are over this way.
I need time to do that.
Oh, I didn't want to do that.
I need more time. I need time to do that.
I wonder if you could make a really strong attack speed flay build. Seems like it has a decent amount of bleed damage. I can't wait to get some attack speed going, some movement speed going. It's gonna make a big difference. Right now, I just got to get gear pieces that give me more stats.
I need time to do that.
Does anybody remember what the set was called in D3 that would let your ancient stay out all the time? Oh, that was always pretty cool.
I need time to do that.
I did go ahead and pick up all of the Lilith statues over here in Fractured Peaks and open that map up. And I grabbed some more over here. But I still gotta finish up Scott's Glen and everything else. And then also do all the renown. I've just been so busy recently.
I need time to do that.
Let's see, what else do we need? Let's go over here and grab that up real quick.
I need time to do that. I'm low on fury. I need more time. I need time to do that.
I love the animation of Stomp and Curse. It just seems so cool. I like the impactfulness of it. It's just, it's like this massive explosion from stomping.
I need more time.
No, where'd they send off my ancients? Let's get all these guys bundled together.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, let me go back to the tree. Back to the tree we go.
Not while I'm in town.
I wonder if all the Paragon boards are laid out exactly like every other Paragon board. Find out right now. Oh, we definitely got to go with Hemorrhage. Let's see. It looks like it. Looks like all the Paragon boards. No. Whoopsie. Yeah, they all look pretty similar in how they're kind of laid out for each class. Or at least for between... Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's definitely a similarity here. That's funny. Okay, let me just read through these because I've never read through the Paragon boards for Barb. But I'll probably pick this one just off the top of my head. Oh, of your vulnerable damage bonus. That's actually pretty decent. Wow, these are some decent boards. I really like how all of the Barbarian... I can see why these Paragon boards are so strong. It's like all of them make sense. All of them kind of work together. You can definitely get a lot of legendary nodes. These legendary nodes are awesome. Yeah, I really like these legendary nodes. Like, if you look at some of the Druid legendary nodes, you're like, what is that? Like, why? Like, constricting tendrils. I mean, it's absolutely atrocious. Some of the... But these ones are... It's like, this would be an amazing legendary board for Werebear. Every 12 seconds, your next skill is guaranteed. 12 seconds, too. That's crazy. Every 12 seconds, you get an overpower. Wow, Barb has some really nice Paragon boards. It's pretty crazy. But we'll go ahead and grab Hemorrhage, work our way through this one. And then I'll adjust all of these later. This board is like the Thunderstruck node board for Druid. That's what this is kind of shaped like. But this is pretty nice. And I like that it goes with vulnerable damage. You can scale vulnerable damage pretty easily. And a damage reduction from bleeding enemies. This is a great board. Let me see what this is. And it's just another flat damage over time increase. I believe this is a critical strike damage on Druid. This just gives you more of the same damage over time. That's actually really nice.
Not while I'm in town.
I think playing this class is giving me a lot more insight as to why Barbarian or why other classes might be so much better than Druid, outside of like Poison Shred, which is just broken.
I need more time. I need more time.
I wonder how great the glyphs are. I have a few glyphs, but I haven't really looked into each one yet. I haven't put any glyphs in the character.
I don't have enough fuel.
I think ultimately I'll end up going with Berserking, just because it sounds insane. But the Ancients are pretty good right now.
I need time to do that.
I think the biggest issue that I've seen so far, like that I think they could improve on with Druid, is highlighted by some of the things I see with with Barb. So like berserking is Barb's like one transformative skill, and everything that, you know, affects that transformative skill, you know, obviously is just things that benefit berserking because it's its only skill. I think most of the druid skills would probably, because druid has two different unique transformative skills, I think instead if things were structured that it gives you a bonus to something based upon just transforming and not necessarily being in werebear or werewolf form specifically, it would probably be much better for the class overall. It's like if all the bonuses just gave you more of something when you're shape-shifted instead of while in werewolf or while in werebear. They could keep it thematic by just giving it a unique name that would make sense for being a werebear this or a werewolf that, but the champion of evil. That's so cool looking, dude. That's probably the coolest thing.
I need time to do that.
I was about to say, how many more minutes do I have? 5 minutes.
I need more time. I need more time. I need more time.
Come on, man. I hate walking through town.
I need time to do that. I need time to do that.
No, I don't need that. I don't want to use up too many of my keys because I want to be able to get a lot of good gear when I go into tier 4. I just got to make sure I'm tanky enough to survive Elias. I might, before I even fight Elias, I'll probably go ahead and finish up my Vampire quest line and get all the Altars of Lilith and
It is done.
at least unlock all the skill points.
Not while I'm in town.
Let's see. That's a good ring. Got some more damage over time. Oh, you gotta have this. Where one periodically pulls enemies towards you. It's perfect. That's a good helmet. I am playing this class completely blind, by the way, so I'm not following any kind of guide. So if you guys are wondering like why I'm kind of talking things through, it's just because I haven't really looked into the class whatsoever. The most I played Barb was like beta, when you could only choose between 3 different classes. Let me see. Go ahead and put this in something. I don't want to use any maxed out aspects. I think that's good. Give us some attack speed there. And then go ahead and re-equip this earthquake aspect. Okay, I think we're good to go. This is villagers. Let's go save some villagers. And then I'll probably try out some nightmare dungeons just because I want to get all the glyphs. Really want to see what all the glyphs are about for Barbarian.
I can't do that here.
Do I have max? Oh yeah, it's 520 right now. I forgot. That's an interesting little aspect. I wonder if that's affected by your damage over time.
I'm low.
Oh yeah, I like that. How far is the pool on that, though? That's what I do wonder.
I need time to do that. I'm not ready yet.
Give me all my potent blood. Oh my god, I gotta stop doing that. I'm just so used to doing that out of habit.
I need time to do that. I'm low on fury. I need more time. I need more time.
I should go ahead and kill them.
I need more time. I need more time. I'm low on fury. Not ready. I need time to do that. I need time to do that. I need more fury. I need more time. I need more time.
Gotta find those survivors, man. I wish it was marked better.
I need time to do that.
Always takes forever to find these people. Hey, Merry Christmas, Pete. How was your Christmas? I gotta take one of. I always have to take one of these earphones off. I'm just so not used to
Mic
having
on.
earphones
Mic
on.
off.
Feels weird not to be able to hear out of one ear at least.
I need more time. I need time to do that.
just went in the complete wrong. Where'd it go? There we go. Can you guys hear me well enough? Is my sound coming through my mic? Oh, good. Okay, good. Ours was pretty good. We were all pretty sick. My son had got a stomach bug from school, like on Thursday or something like that, and me and my wife ended up getting it. So we were all kind of tired still, but it was pretty decent. We had a little tiny Christmas. Most everybody was working in our family, so.
I need time to do that.
And we live closer to her parents and family, so, and my mom lives quite a ways away. So, makes it hard to kind of go back and forth, especially being sick, because I definitely don't want to bring anything over to them. I got to get more into the Christmas season, though. I got to admit, I don't do any decorating and all that, and I really should. I gotta tell my wife next year I'm gonna go all out for them. I'm gonna do the Halloween and Thanksgiving and everything. I'll just decorate, put all the Christmas lights up and everything. Yo, I really love that animation. That when you stomp and you get the curse explosions, it looks so cool. You just bunch everything together and it just blows up. Yeah, we're all doing better. It lasted a hot minute though. I was surprised. It's like one of those little 24-hour stomach flu bugs. But you know, it felt like for a couple days it was pretty hard to get anything, like to eat anything, you know, or just felt like everything was kind of, anything I would eat would make me a little bit nauseous. But you know, it is what it is. It's one of the things when you have them children, they all they bring a lot of different things home. I've probably been sick more times. Yeah, I probably been sick more times than ever before in my life this year, just because it seemed like every time we would send our little man to school, he'd always come home with something. Yeah, the kid, that's a big reason why I want to do it. You know, my wife, she loves holidays, and I love holidays as well. I just need to not be so dang lazy about it. So, and then obviously we have our son, and then we're about to have another little one here in January. If he doesn't come early, which that's hopefully not. Hopefully we get him right on time. But yeah, so definitely got to get into the habit of doing it. I remember when I was a kid, I loved it. Like my grandmother, she would always like take us Christmas lighting, and she would always spend a whole lot of time. And they have like an acre property out in like rural Florida, and she would spend all her time putting up Christmas lights and doing everything. It was so important to her every single year, you know, and it meant a lot when I was little. I really love those memories. So it's definitely something I got to make sure I keep the tradition on, and I definitely haven't been doing a good job at that so far, so I really hope to improve upon that this year. I'm actually going to improve upon that this year. I'm not gonna hope to do it. We're going to do it. Oh yeah, thanks, brother. Man, I'm super excited. We still gotta get some things set up and everything, but really excited. We went just the other day for the 36-week ultrasound, and seeing his little face, he was so cute. He was smushed up against her of the placenta, so his face was like smushed, but he looked so adorable. I'm super excited. My wife is she does so good too with her recovery and everything, so yeah, it's made it really, like, that's why I've been pretty, busy outside of, doing stuff with streaming and everything. But I hope that I can get a really good schedule down early this year, kind of get everything situated to where I can actually put out like a decent streaming schedule and get content out, stuff like that. I just have to have more structure. I need more structure and more discipline. That's the biggest, those are the two biggest factors that I definitely need: more structure and more discipline. Just hate how these survivors just randomly pop up, man. I wish they would just show up on the map like a lot of the vampiric structures do. Be nice. We'll just spend like 30 minutes trying to chase around survivors. I only got 2. Oh, I need 3 more. Give me 3 more. Nice. That increased drop chance really helped out, didn't it? I have this really, I'm looking at all the Barb stuff, man, and I think that I understand why Druid is the way it is when I'm looking at like Barb and stuff. And when I make my video, I might do some comparing of the two classes, and I think there's a lot of ways that they can make Druid much better without changing anything significant. And I think that has a lot to do with just the overall skill layout, as well as the classifications of different passives in the skill tree, and then a lot of the legendary node effects, as well as I haven't gotten to check a lot of glyphs, but possibly some glyphs as well. So the more I play Barb, the more I get excited about making the video about Druid. And I think, honestly, just some minimal like changes would really put that class on par with everything else. Currently on World Tier 3. So I'm doing World Tier 3. I finished getting all the Altars of Lilith and Fractured Peaks. I've finished doing all the map unlocking in Fractured Peaks, but I haven't done all the Renown grind. And I've done some of the Altars of Lilith in Scott's Glen, but I haven't gotten all of it done yet. And I'll probably do all of that before I fight Elias, just to make sure I'm tanky enough to get through the Elias fight. I know it's not too difficult. It's just there is that opportunity for like a lot of burst damage. But Barb feels really tanky anyway, so might want to have just a couple extra potions available to me. and I should be good to go. With the stats, of course. The stats will give me a lot more tankiness and damage.
I need time to do that.
And I did go ahead and put my BattleNet into the description of my stream, so that way people, if anybody wanted to join the game and actually play along with me, that's perfectly fine. On normal mode, I won't mind it. Like on hardcore, I'm always gonna play hardcore solo self-found. I'm pretty restrictive on hardcore, but the reason why I'm doing this is just to give me an opportunity to play with everybody else. So. I've thought about using broken builds in normal mode, but I kind of just want to make a hard stance against broken builds. I'm really excited about Season 3, man. I'm excited for the leaderboards. Like, I'm super excited for leaderboards. I can't wait to try out some of the dungeons. It makes me almost want to go ahead and go hardcore first in the season, just so I can potentially get like a week 1 top 10 hardcore finish. And then go normal after that. That's the only reason why I would probably go hardcore first next season. Just go crazy, try to get that top 10 season 3 leaderboards. Because I definitely think I can do it, especially if they bring some decent balance changes to Druid. I definitely think I can do it. The only thing I do wonder, again, and I say this in the video I made, I wonder, and it's probably going to be the case because it is hardcore, if you die doing the leaderboard dungeon event deal, if you lose your hardcore character. I mean, I would assume so, just because it's hardcore, but... On brawling. It's brawling skills. Oh, okay. So killing enemies while berserking can cool down my charge. Yeah, that sounds good, brother. We'll definitely do some Duriel runs. I'm thinking of doing a bleed build, whirlwind bleed build that utilizes charge with overpower. And I think I can manage it. I don't know. We got a long way to go, but they seem to have, like, this sounds pretty good. It makes me where I'll have to go berserking. Killing enemy while berserking has a 40% chance to grant that big cooldown, 32% increased cooldown reduction. It's pretty amazing. It's really good. Let's see, shrine buff, total armor. I just want movement speed, man. I care about none of that. Lucky hit, crit. Nah, that's fine. I don't mind losing that. I'm never at max fury right now. Guess we'll be okay without the ground stomp. I have another. Oh. Seems like Barb just has a lot of you can generate a lot of overpowers pretty quickly. Keep that and keep that just for future. Well, I don't need this. Just gonna extract this. There we go. You as well. Have a good evening, brother. Thanks for stopping by, my man. It's always a pleasure talking to you, brother.
What's left, you ask?
Wait, let me see real quick before I head out. Let me see if I can put the charge aspect on one of these. Don't I have it? I'm pretty certain I have it. No. There we go. That'll help with some damage there. All right. Now that we got through the boring part there. Like I said, guys, I am going in blind on Barb, so everything I'm figuring out myself. So if it does take me a second or two in looking through my items and everything, it's just for that reason. Oh, nice.
I can't do that here. It is done.
I was kind of expecting every single class to have uniquely designed Paragon boards, but honestly, the fact that they're all pretty much designed in the same layout is going to make making builds for multiple classes really easy. Just going to make it so much easier. Let's go ahead and break this down, and then I guess maybe we'll try one of these nightmares dungeons. Let me destroy most of these.
You want work done? Let's get started.
Let me see, what do we got? Don't really like... Lights Watch is fine. That's fine. But Old Stone. Okay. Let's do Lights Watch. Because I definitely want to get all the glyphs. I want to see what all these glyphs look like for Barbarian. Because I'm really impressed by the Paragon boards. I really like a lot of the aspects I've seen. And I'd really like to see if the glyphs are just as good.
I'm not ready yet.
Man, new players will never know how good getting your items getting your less powerful items as material drops has made the game. What a small change that really affected the game in a large way. I always have so many Veld crystals now. Makes everything so much easier.
I must wait.
Come on. Cannot wait to get like really big movement speed rolls on my amulet and my boots. That's the one thing I love about tier 4 is that movement speed, man. Get out of here.
I must wait. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Oh, I wish I had caught the armor guy. I know this isn't a kill-all enemy. I'm just kind of like testing everything, like the overall damage, seeing how things kind of feel doing a Nightmare Dungeon.
I'm not ready.
12 revives is a lot of revives, yo. I'm telling you, not playing hardcore just feels a bit... I feel spoiled not playing hardcore.
I'm not ready yet.
All right. Let's go ahead and get this... Yeah, the damage is really good. I wish, though, your charge, even though you can't charge the boss and actually CC the boss, maybe they could make it where the charge actually stops on the boss. That way you get the benefit of the damage at the end of the charge, and your guy doesn't just charge right through the boss. I think that might be pretty useful. Brawling skills. Yeah, that might be good for the charge. I don't know if it would be worth. Building an axe. This is probably going to be a must-have. That's like Guzzler. Exploit will probably be a must-have, just because of all the different vulnerable damage bonuses you get with this class. Well, at least for what I want to build. Your Dust Devils. I don't know. I don't know if I like a lot of these. I don't know. We'll go with Exploit first. And that's what we'll put here. I just got to get Dex nodes. 1, 2, 3, bang, bang. Yeah, that should work. We'll just pick up a couple Dex nodes. Actually, let me just go ahead and use Sigil. Do I get any level 2s? I don't know if I want to do Steadfast Barracks. I'll just create a Sigil. I think we'll probably do like a level 5 Sigil. Oh, I just took a screenshot. That's funny. Did we get lucky?
All right, traveler. Fare thee well.
We'll just make all of these. Doesn't matter. Tier 4 Lights Watch. Oh, Gal Ruins. You gotta do a Gal Ruins. Even if it's tier 1, it's so fast. Let me use a potion. I'm wasting so much XP here. I think it's funny because usually when I'm playing hardcore, I always use potions because I'm always using a death elixir. So I'm like constantly refreshing my potions anyway. But without the need for using a death elixir, it's like I forget to use my potions entirely.
I must wait.
Run on by all this junk. Just want to get the quick completion. Not really interested too much in killing everything. Of course it would be the 30 seconds. Of course it would. Okay. Off we go. Oh, there's a shrine over here. Oh, it's just a protection shrine. Maybe I'll stop and kill some of this stuff. Just to get a little XP. I feel like the damage is ramping up pretty fast already. And I'm sure there's probably a better leveling build out there that has way more damage, but... just the fact that this already feels pretty good. I love that animation stomp and then all the curse explosions. I keep saying that, but it's true, man. This stuff looks pretty cool. Yeah. Just keep leveling exploit. What did I get? Oh, at least it's level 2. Let's just go out of the dungeon real quick and use that. All right, back in we go. I love the aesthetic of Barb, man. I really like this cosmetic. I got this cosmetic early on, and I always went Druid, so I've been playing Druid all since the game's launch. I've only played Druid, and I always wanted to use the cosmetic for this class. Oh, you got on the PC, nice. I'm just running through a quick Gal ruins. Every time I get these sigils, man, I gotta run them. It's just too easy to run this dungeon. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do Barb just learn Barb for the rest of the season. I'll probably jump back on my hardcore Druid, but I really do want to focus on this class, at least for the remainder of the season. Mostly on this class. I'll probably do a couple streams where I farm a few more tiers of Blood Glyph, but I don't know, man. I'm just not really interested in doing that. I know it's like the thing to do right now, and it maybe if it was just... I don't know. I'm gonna make a video on what I think would have made Abattoir Observer better and more fun to grind, but I just don't find it fun to grind. I feel like it's just it's too similar. Each tier is exactly the same, and it doesn't inspire me to want to grind levels. And there's really no reward for doing it, so it's like... Oh, I stood right in that. Yeah, Barb has definitely got a lot of tankiness. I think just having strength as the main stat, scaling your armor and everything, just makes the class really good. I think next season, once I finish everything with Barb and Druid and do everything with hardcore and all the different things that they have planned for the game, I'll probably spend the time to go ahead and learn Necro. Because that's the That's the only other class I'm really super interested in. Wait, did I use... I almost left. Almost left without actually using that. All right. Now for the fun part here. Give me just a second, and I'll go through my gear, and then we'll get back into... Okay. All right, let's go through the gear pieces. I don't want to go too crazy, just swapping everything out all the time. Only for meaningful upgrades. Just because I don't have all the materials to constantly swap out aspects and stuff like that. I think the one thing I'm most excited about is not losing my items on death. I lost a couple really nice crone staffs on my druid. And I definitely feel that because I haven't found a really good one since the one that I did have. That was like, it was like a tier, it was like 918 or 920 something item power, had 6 ranks of claw, really good affixes. Lost that pretty early on in the season. Dang, is that all? Now, is that your total Uber uniques, or is that like since they launched the event that increased the drop rate? Yeah, that's the most. That's the one thing that's always made it the hardest. You know, obviously leveling can be a bit of a pain and everything, but it's really getting when you get that really nice piece of gear, and then you die and you lose it. Oh, that sucks, man. That's the one that really sucks. I go back all the time and I look at my my list of dead characters, and I'm always like, oh man. Some of the gear pieces I had, or even gear pieces that you leave in your inventory just to swap out. That's a big one too. Oh, max roll. Nice. I'll keep that. I needed a... Trying to save all my max roll aspects for like when I get the best items, or at least pretty close to the best items.
I can't do that here.
First Carlo, now Leo. There's something out there killing us and no one will do it. Another happy customer.
All right. We got a tier 4. Go ahead and jump on that. Grab another Dex node. Total? Nice. You got a lot of Starless Skies rings. 5 melted hearts. That's crazy. Are you doing anything with your Andariels? I managed to get 1 Glycander Staff and 1 Ring of the Starless Skies, but that's just because I do solo self-found with hardcore. Which you already know that, but... I know Shred build is really the only Poison Shred is the one build that does billions of damage on Druid. I think I don't know what people use on it just because I don't use that build. But I know a lot of people use I think some people use Andariels, or maybe that's the best in slot. It's just not good for controller players. You have to use keyboard and mouse, which can be really annoying for some players. I thought it was pretty funny that they fixed Bulwark in Season 2, but then, like, everything else was broken. They left Poison Shred, then they made Overpower ridiculous, and Ball Lightning build here and there. It's like, what was the point? Like, why did you guys fix Bulwark? Oh yeah, wait, let me go across.
I must wait.
Oh man, I cannot wait for movement speed. I feel like, and honestly, I say it all the time, but I think it's a great idea. And if they would just take and bake in like 0.5% of movement speed increase for every level you get up to 100, and then when you hit level 100, all characters would move at like 150% movement speed, and the cap can remain at like 200% or whatever. It would make playing a lot of the classes that are slower, like Druid or Barbarian in the early game, so much more fun. I think a lot of the things that draws people to like classes like Rogue and Sorcerer is just how their high mobility early on in the game. If they would just address something like that, it would be so nice. It doesn't, I just feel like movement speed it's not really overpowered. It's just nice to have that movement speed. I'll go ahead and pick this up just to dismantle it for some sigil powder. And plus, honestly, investing in movement speed would be a lot less necessary on your gear pieces. Like, there's just some builds that I won't even play on Druid because the amulets that, you need for those builds are uniques without movement speed in them. Because I hate moving slow. And it's funny because I picked Druid and Barbarian as my favorite classes, but I hate moving slow. And they're notorious for moving slow in the early game. I just feel like they shouldn't be, though. I feel like every class should move at a decent pace. You're just going from point A to point B. There's really no reason to make you slow. I also feel like they need to add resource generation to Barbarian and to Druid. Solve a lot of problems.
I'm not ready yet.
I remember from their campfire chats, they would be like, yeah, we don't want to give people, infinite amounts of resource because that could be really overpowered and it could be game breaking. And then it's like Season 2, all these builds are doing 1 billion damage. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you guys are taking hard stances against certain things that really you shouldn't. And then when there are builds that are just destroying things, it's like you guys are, well. Just kind of weird. It's a weird stance. I know they're doing well. I'm not gonna bash them too much, but they're doing well. I'm enjoying the game. I think they've done a great job. The season's gotten better. Everything's getting better. I think Season 3 is gonna be even better. I'm just maybe nitpicking a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. When you're running your druid and you're like waddling around and everybody else is just zooming through the map. You know how many comments I got when I would use like Mad Wolf's Glee? I was like, that's not a good chest. It's, oh my god. It's like, bro, I know. I just want to move fast. Like, I know it's not the best chess piece, but Jesus, it gives me movement speed, and that's all I really want. I just want to move fast. Like, I'm a werewolf, man. Let me fly. That's all I'm asking. It's so cool, man. Oh, man. I'm going to miss some of the vampire powers, man. They just have unique animations that I find really satisfying. You know what I thought was hilarious? And I know, again, I'm being a bit of a... I'm nitpicking a little bit here. But that they nerfed Metamorphosis. I thought that was so funny. They nerfed Metamorphosis, and they didn't fix the bug where it cancels out your Ravenous. I'm like, that is like the least important thing to nerf right now. And you nerfed Metamorphosis. I mean, it is what it is. But, I just thought that was really funny. See, I don't think I really want to change anything out there. I don't want to go too crazy swapping gear around until I hit tier 4. Let's see, has it changed yet? What do we got? 3 minutes? 3 minutes do we have? We're not doing Old Stone. Oh, nice. We got a 5. Yeah. See, I like the fact that, like, they're really taking, you know, the casual player into consideration when they're making Diablo 4. I like, because I feel like everybody needs a, you know, everybody needs a game to play, right? Everybody needs something to do. And when you don't have a lot of time on your hands, it's really nice to have something you can just pick up, play. It's not overly complex. You know, you can still have some time investment and some sense of accomplishment when you beat the content and everything. And that's my overall hope for the game, is that they just continue to get better at making a game for the casual player. Not necessarily, you know, dumb it down to the degree that it becomes brainless, where you're just whacking everything with one button. But definitely taking that into consideration. But it just seems like some of the points that they make just counterintuitive. And then the things that should be nerfed, the things that should be changed, they're like, ah, we'll just let that go till the next season. I just can't wait till they release the official patch notes or how the Campfire chat for Season 3, though. Because I know there's a lot of nice changes they said they're bringing to the game. But I also know, you know, they're probably hiding a lot of things, trying to, you know, have some surprises for the player base, things that you didn't expect them to do.
I must work.
I'm kind of excited just to see what all that is. I would really love for them to make content that you could do as a clan too. I think that's one of the biggest things I'd love to see. I know it's not a pressing matter, but I would love for there to be like a clan boss or something you could do with your clan on a leaderboard system or something like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Maybe they'll do that with the expansion. Something like killing a prime evil. Because I think lore-wise, you're not supposed to be a, what is the name? It's like, my mind's drawing a complete blank right now. What's the half angel, half human? Not a seraphim, but oh, Herodrim, I think is what they call it. Yeah. You're not supposed to be like that super strong, powerful character. You're supposed to be kind of like just a normal dude. In a way. Just kind of like a normal guy. Obviously, you're not normal, but... It'd be cool if they did like a big, like... raid or something like that. Or a clan boss. Out of some kind of like primeval. I love that this boss can still give you a decent amount of damage. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be. You know, I'm always expecting there. Honestly, at this point, I think that there's like and I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but I think there's a quality issue with the overall ability of some workers, just because of the nature of how much. Outsourcing they do and how many different people are involved with the programming side of the content. I think that there's still going to be a plethora of bugs. I think they're going to have to definitely go back and have to fix things. They're going to release the patch, then they're going to have at least 1 or 2 patches after that to kind of repair everything that got broken and new bugs that they find. I just hope that and they've been pretty good about doing that stuff immediately. Like in terms of like things that have really affected the game, they've patched it out pretty quickly, so I can definitely respect that. I just hope that whatever the issue is, especially if it's like, something with the leaderboards, because to me, I really want the leaderboards to be something that people can look at and say like, hey, I put a lot of effort into this, and look, it shows. I hope that they actually take stuff like that incredibly serious. Like, if there's something broken that's, like, destroying the leaderboards, I hope that they do address that swiftly. But I am a bit biased because I do want to try hard a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do want to try hard. And I really hope to do maybe potentially get like a top 10 ranking in the very first week with Druid and Hardcore. Obviously, that depends on my time and if I have the opportunity to actually sit down and grind out that first week. But I definitely would like that first week to have the solid chance at getting a top 10 finish in the leaderboards. I think that's one thing you guys will see me on here doing a lot. Like, I might not do Abattoir Observer that much, and that's just because, again, I don't really like it. I mean, it's okay in my opinion, but I don't really like it so much. But in terms of something like leaderboards that are official in the game, you know, I did use Max Roll's leaderboard a little bit, and I did have the top hardcore druid for quite some time. But I knew that a Shred build would eventually come through and take that ranking pretty easily just because of how overtuned Shred is. And that was good enough for me. Like, I didn't really want to grind it heavily. I just wanted to push the build as far as it could go without having to do too much Tears of Blood grinding, which I never really grind Tears of Blood at all. But if for an official leaderboard, something that can be seen, I definitely want to be at the top of that. And the fact that, like, you're always going to be in the Hall of Ancients, I think that's a really cool way of just carrying people through in the seasons and saying, hey, you know, especially on Season 3, that's going to be the first season with leaderboards. You better believe your boy wants to be top 10 at least 1 week on a hardcore druid. I mean, it's kind of necessary, right? If I'm a hardcore player and my main class is a druid.
I'm not ready yet.
Get out of here.
I'm not ready yet.
Yo, Vampiric Siphon here, best event in the game by far. I hope they add more events like that in Season 3. Although, on hardcore, it's a death trap. Just saying. It's a death trap. My first death of the season was to that stupid event. I got stun locked by some Bloodseekers as soon as they spawned, and I just died. I was only level 14 at the time, though, so not a big loss, but definitely a surprise. Let's see.
I need time to do that.
I think something that's also pretty cool is that they're going to have Hell Tides up all the time. However, I do hope that they stop being so in love with the theme of Hell Tides. Like, not every event has to be a Hell Tide-like event, you know? Hopefully, whatever theme that they have for next season will be something that's just rewarding as doing Blood Harvest, but will have a little bit of a different kind of, you know, instead of being green Hell Tide, it'll be something different. Like, and I don't mean orange Hell Tide or, well, wait, you know, well, it's kind of orange. I would probably blue Hell Tide maybe. It's red, but you know, orange and red. I'll probably try Elias at like, I typically do, for tiers, I usually do 45 for tier 3, and then I usually do 65 for tier 4. But that's in hardcore. I'm not gonna lie. I hope that the best build in Season 3 for Barb is Whirlwind. Just because I like Whirlwind so much. Or a resetting charge build. That was probably my favorite, my second favorite Barb build in D3 was the, and I can't remember exactly what the set was, but it made your charge do a ton of damage. You could reset charge over and over again while you were berserking. You could just charge through everything. It was the top build for one of the seasons. I can't remember, but then they went full on into Whirlwind and made Whirlwind absolutely insane.
I must wait.
Yeah. Eventually, we're just gonna have like a rainbow across our screen. You know, it's just gonna be a whole rainbow of Helltide, different Helltide events. I remember when the season first launched, these jokers would count towards your survivors. Oh, look at this band of merry men.
I need more time.
What am I looking for? Just one more.
I need more time.
Oh, back here. I see him. There's the culprit. Come here. It's always the Crimson Blade. Always the Crimson Blade. All right. I will say I do really love the transformative nature of all the vampiric powers this season, man. It has been amazing. I really hope they have something similar or even better for next season. And I wonder what vampiric power they're going to bring back. Or whatever they're going to do. I wasn't too overly pleased with the Druid Malignant Ring. But it definitely was fun to play around with. If a bit, you know, gimmicky. See, we got an axe here. Gotta go with the axe. I think I still gotta level up. I'm probably gonna stick with two-hand swords, but there's just something in me that wants to level up all of these. Even though I'm getting no benefit out of my technique right now. Oh, never mind, I am. When using any weapon. That's funny. I thought it actually only mattered when you were using that specific weapon. That's pretty nice. Although it would be cool is if instead of just applying it, like applying it to every weapon, but when you're using that specific weapon, maybe it increase the bonus. That'd be pretty neat. Just to kind of gear people towards that specific thing a little more. I might end up using Rupture. I don't know yet. Seems like Rupture has a nice place, especially with the aspect that once you use 100 Fury, it increases the it multiplies your damage with the specific skill type that Rupture is in. That's pretty nice at 39. Well, actually, never mind. That's pretty bad. Closer to 30. We want closer to 30. Close enemies and slow enemies. I don't really care to swap that out. Okay.
The forge is always hot.
And I'll just keep this aspect in my inventory.
how that's
I
done.
think that's what I was doing with these. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull that off. Pull that off. And that.
Very good. Another happy
Can I unlock that, though? Can I unlock that?
Ready yet.
That's what I want to know. I don't want to keep aspects that I don't need in my inventory. Okay, so I definitely need to keep that in my inventory. So back to doing some nightmare dungeons. What do we got here? I think we can go above 5 pretty easily. I felt pretty comfortable. So we'll make like a tier 6 to 10 sigil. Please, that's good. Okay, I was about to say, please be something good. I really like the changes they've made to the dungeons too this season. A lot of these dungeons are so much easier to run. I still feel like there are a couple ones that you really don't want to run too much, but that's only because they've streamlined some of the better dungeons to such a degree that you can complete them in under a minute. I'm fairly confident I can do something with making a Whirlwind Bleed build really effective, and then also utilizing that charge damage that you get from your aspect to make like a really strong overpowered charge. It won't be really good for bossing, but I won't really need it for bossing. It'll probably be pretty decent in abattoirs or in dungeon content.
I'm not ready yet.
Although Leap is probably better overall, but I'd have to use my keyboard and mouse to probably use Leap effectively. I don't know if I want to do that though. I kind of really like using my controller for ARPGs.
I'm not ready yet.
I swear this Storm Wrath always makes me feel like I'm being followed by like a serial killer. Like some kind of Michael Myers or Jason. It's like super slow, you think you get ahead of it, then suddenly it teleports in front of you.
I must wait.
I think the one modifier I hope they absolutely get rid of is Lightning Storm, though. It's still terrible. Okay, man. Let me get my items.
The old Softcore church is supposed to be empty, but I heard.
Yeah, I've always used control. I've always had controllers. You know, I grew up on consoles. We didn't have the money to get any kind of like PC when I was young, so I've always used controllers. So that's what I'm really good with in most of the games I play. which is sad because I really, really enjoyed playing MOBAs like Dota 2. And I'm really good with tactics and stuff, but I'm absolutely atrocious with a keyboard. And it won't affect me with most games, but games like MOBAs, you have to pretty much know everything about the keyboard. And I haven't really taken the time to become better at it, so. There was a point in my that I just really loved playing Dota 2, and I'll still watch it occasionally, but I could never really get a high ranking. Or I should say just a high MMR. That's how they calculate things in MOBA. In that MOBA. I don't know about all MOBAs. It's always fun when this Stormwrath just sits over the top of the boss and the funny part is like for certain games, like when I play Remnant 2, I don't use aim assist. I don't like aim assist in every single game that I play. Like when you're playing like first-person shooters, aim assist is it's almost necessary, especially if you're doing like cross-platform. But I don't play a lot of FPSs, or I should say competitive FPSs. I'll play like a Destiny 2 or something like that, but haven't played that in forever. But I really don't like aim assist in like third-person shooters. I feel like it pulls your camera in awkward ways. So in a lot of games, I won't use aim assist. A game that I'm really looking forward to is when they do bring out the Division 3. I know the Division 2 is still alive and kicking, but I haven't played the game in so long that I kind of don't want to revisit it. And I know the Division 3 is probably pretty far off, but whenever that drops, you better believe I'm going to be playing that like crazy. It's probably my favorite looter shooter, like third-person looter shooter, MMO. Not that there's a whole bunch of them anyway, but I just really like what they do with the game. Another one of these beautiful Stormwrath Bane. Oh, walled me off inside of there. Nice. Next level gaming right there. The machine is learning. I know a lot of people hate suppressor enemies and stuff like that, but the one that I hate, I think, the most that catches me off guard is always the Waller enemies. And it's one of the big reasons why I love Metamorphosis. It's not really the fact that it gives you unstoppable, but it's nice that it moves you over obstacles. I wish the Waller enemies, the entire wall was destructible, not just like a certain section of the wall.
In the year of the light,
Let me just pick up the Morning Star, yo.
Anno Kejistani, we have buried 92 souls in its hallowed ground.
Nice.
Aborted
Well, I'm glad that you like the game.
7.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed. When I was young, I'm still young, but when I was much younger, I really enjoyed playing first-person shooters. But honestly, after a while, I felt like it was more frustrating to play them than it was fun,
Removal of
because you would just get such bad teammates sometimes. And I'm not saying I was the greatest, but
3.
I was pretty decent at Black Ops. You know what I'm saying? I was pretty decent. Had a pretty high win rate, but I don't know. It just became more frustrating than anything. So for me, every game that I play will typically have like a PvE component and then a PvP component. So that way I can just swap between the two things. Now that being said, I did just say I played Dota 2, which has an incredibly toxic player base, like most MOBAs, man. You can't carry your weight in a MOBA, you're going to hear about it. Even if you can carry your weight in a MOBA, you're going to hear about it. And it's always the support's fault. Just know that. It's always the support's fault.
Not ready yet.
Honestly, should play more PvP-oriented games. The one game I'm surprised I don't play more of is Dead by Daylight. Not Dead by... Is it Dead by Daylight? Dead by Daylight. Is that the... Yeah, I think it's Dead by Daylight. That gives you the... where you're the killer, and they also have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, where you're the killer or you're the survivors. I'm surprised they don't play more of those games, just because I really enjoy... I really enjoy horror-themed games, and I think that would be a really fun way to do like player versus player without too much, you know, without too much stress or anything, or kind of like caring too much if you win or lose. But then again, that's all, you know, perspective. It's different to the individual. I probably should play more of those games, just because it seems like right up my alley for the type of game I would enjoy. I love horror games like crazy. You know what's funny about that death just there? The one thing I knew that would be a problem when they first released the AOZ content was the fact that the final boss was a triple Bloodseeker. And the reason why I knew that was because obviously I play hardcore, and early on, one of the most annoying things was when you would get the triple Bloodseeker spawn inside of a dungeon, or even two of them, like get a double Bloodseeker spawn inside of a dungeon with multiple afflictions. They always did like crazy amounts of damage. So I automatically knew, like when AOZ was going to be a thing, when they showed the developer stream, I was like, a lot of people are going to be really surprised by how much damage those Bloodseekers do, because they're finally like going to be leveled up high enough that they'll have a bigger impact on the player. Like at first it's like the Barb, because the Barb has like the crazy leap and the amount of damage they can stun you, but then it becomes the Telly Stomp that that they get. That Telly Stomp is crazy. They really got to fix the channeling skill. I don't know how this is still a thing, where you still get stuck with your character if you get stunned up while you're... Well, I shouldn't even say stunned. If you get CC'd while you're channeling, sometimes you'll get stuck in place. You can't cast your skills. I definitely got to get a little more tankiness from the character. There we go.
I'm not ready yet.
Let's see. I think I grabbed all the dex nodes I can grab for right now. Oh, I managed to unlock it too. That's nice. I want to work my way up to this. That's a nice legendary node. Let me see, what do I have? Critical strike damage. Skill set. Critically strike, generate 3 fury. That's pretty nice. I'll go ahead and use this. This sounds pretty good. That fury generation should be pretty nice. Now I gotta be careful with the blood bishop so it doesn't grab me up. I'm gonna try to pull that storm wrath over here so it doesn't stay on top of the boss. It's not really following me. Hopefully it'll move over here because that's getting annoying. I hate that. Oh my god, bro. There we go. Now I can keep him on the edge of... Oh. Let me just move right back in there. Come here, come here. There we go. This guy's a genius. Smartest boss ever. It's like I'm gonna stay right inside of this stupid deal. Oh, look at this Ghost Rider over here. Nice. Guy looks pretty dope. That's a pretty nice little cosmetic there. Their art department definitely has their business together, you know what I'm saying? Like they have a... That's probably the best thing about this game, to be honest. It's like the theme, the aesthetic, everything looks great. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Swap an amulet when I see one with movement speed. Nice. I don't think I have another one of those aspects, though, unfortunately. That's okay, though. That's a big enough increase that it's worth it. I'll take now. No movement speed. No movement speed. That's not worth anything. Got some attack speed, lucky hit. No crit chance, though. I don't really feel like wasting any resources for a roll.
Not while I'm in town.
It was okay. I wouldn't call it good. It was pretty annoying, man. Oh my god. Hate. Stormwrath Bane. Never play Lightning Storm. I really hope that they take that stuff out. Guess we'll just go ahead and use Rapid Aspect. Might as well. It's only basic attack speed, but it's whatever. Go ahead and use I hope when they one of the things I've been saying is I hope when they remove the aspects and put them into your power of Codex, they do it exactly like they did it in D3 or Diablo Immortal, where instead of giving you this arbitrary sliding scale for your percentages, it just gives you the max percentage. So like instead of Whirlwind having a 6 to 16% and an 8 to 18 to 48%, it just slaps it into your Codex at 16% and 48%. I think that would make it would just be so nice if they would just stop. Like there's already so many things you have to kind of worry about in terms of getting items, like the overall affixes on your items, what the affixes roll at. So I don't really see the why there also needs to be this kind of need to make this randomly generated value on your aspects. So hopefully when they do move your aspects into your Codex, they do it at the highest value and you can always just swap them out. So that way you're not like hunting for that perfect roll. I don't think it matters. Like I just think like it shouldn't be a thing. I really like the cube system in D3, and I really like the vendor system they had in Diablo Immortal. And I feel like if they take those right, it's just a perfect way of giving especially because they're wanting to build a game for the average person. It would just make it that much better. I just don't see the point in something having a sliding. Everything doesn't need to have like the sliding scale of percentage values or damage values. There's really no point in it. In my opinion, I'm sure someone could argue against it, but I think it would make the game even better if they would just give it that flat value and make it at the higher end of that value. Or not higher, but high end of that value. I also think that 925 gear needs to have a higher floor for your affix rolls. I was talking about that in my previous video where your 925 gear, like if you look at your crit chance, it's a great example. Like in your 925 gear, your crit chance still has an opportunity to roll at 1.8%. And I'm like, why? Like the floor of your affixes should always increase as you get higher power level gear. And then when you get that perfect affix roll on that 925 gear, you should really only be looking for marginal increases in power. I mean, that's the final piece of gear. I also think they should make it where you can roll at least one affix on your unique items. I know that they want to make those like fixed affixes, but I feel like if you could just re-roll one affix, just like your average piece of gear, it would make it, so much better. There are just so many really cool uniques that honestly, they're just missing like that one damage reduction affix, or they're missing that one, damage affix, or they're missing some kind of like utility affix. And you're just like, if it had that, I would definitely use that. But because it doesn't, I won't use it at all. Like for me, is movement speed. Like if there was an uber unique and I could re-roll the amulet to have like more movement speed, I would use it. But like Banish Lords, I won't use Banish Lords. I'm sorry. Unless there's a class that I can max movement speed without having to use movement speed on my amulet, I'll probably not use Banish Lords. I just find it really mind-numbing to move really slow. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. It's like when you get 925 gear, it should really kind of be that, okay, I got the best in slot affix rolls and I'm good to go. Instead, it's like, okay, well, now I have to also get not just the best affixes on the gear, but I have to get the best rolls of the best affixes. And with the way that you can really only get 925 gear from Uber Duriel, it's like, okay, well, that's kind of pointless. It makes getting 925 gear seem or feel rather pointless. You're not even searching for it. I think that's the problem. You don't have any reason to search for it, to actively try to farm it out. And that's one thing I was really disappointed about AOZ is that the gear drops aren't 925. Now, they are on the higher end of your power level spectrum, but they're not 925, which is crazy. I don't understand why they aren't. I also don't understand why they didn't loot shower you at the end of each one of your tier completions. That's another reason why I hate farming AOZ. It's just because I feel like they should have like a loot shower. Every time you complete a tier, it's the hardest content. You should get a 925 gear loot shower with, you know, potential Uber uniques involved. Because it doesn't have that, it just feels like a bastardized version of Greater Rifts from D3. Oh, I gotta use a potion. Honestly, here's my opinion on the bossing and Uber uniques for the end game. So, if I was, in my opinion, if I was to make the bossing and in-game content, right, I would make the bosses much tankier and slightly harder. Well, maybe you wouldn't even need to make them slightly harder. If you would just balance the build so that way there's nothing like one-shotting the bosses, like that isn't super in-game. I mean, after you got all of your Uber uniques and everything. If you would make it where builds weren't one-shotting bosses like easily, and you would make the bosses more tanky, not so tanky that you're spending like 10 minutes on a boss, but that, you know, you have a decent challenge ahead of you if you decide to do an Uber boss. Nothing too crazy, like I said, but something that will test you and make you use a little bit of skill. Then when you get a drop, like an Uber unique drop, that drop should have maxed affix rolls. And it should be like, that's it. You got that. You got the best item that you could get. You don't have to grind a bunch of other, you know, the multiples of the same unique. You also tested your skill against this durable boss that had some really interesting mechanics. And you feel accomplished that, you know, you now completed this boss. You got past the difficult challenge, and you were rewarded with a perfect item, because that's it. Like, you've beat the boss now. Like, why is there a need for there to be this like sliding scale roll on Uber uniques, or not Uber uniques, but uniques in general? So I feel like I would treat uniques much more like primal items, where you get like perfect, or Uber uniques where you get perfect affix rolls, or at least pretty close to perfect. I don't really see the point in having, again, this sliding scale. I just think that you would need to increase the challenge and make it more rewarding for the players to actually complete the bosses. You know, I like the target farming. That's great, but I think just making it a little more challenging, but clearly not unbeatable, and then making the loot drops worthwhile, you automatically solve that problem. And you could also make it, I think the only other thing I would probably do, is make it where you get like one unique per character. Like, not one unique to equipped, but only one unique drop per character. Maybe some. I don't know if I would do that. Maybe I would do that. I don't know. Maybe there even needs to be a cap on the amount of uniques you equipped. I don't know. I want to go too crazy on taking away the ability for players to have power, but I definitely don't feel like you need to always have this like sliding scale of percentages.
I must wait.
It's like I seen a couple players like use builds that are really low in power to fight like some of the Uber bosses, and they have some really interesting mechanics. And honestly, it seems like, you know, people put a lot of effort into making those boss fights, but there's just no real reason to do anything other than like burn through the boss as fast as possible. It turns every piece of it turns basically every piece of in-game content in just like a world boss. It's just a loot pinata. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it doesn't really do anything for your in-game content. Like, it doesn't add any depth to it.
I'm not ready yet. I must wait. I'm not ready yet.
I also feel like they need to add more cosmetics to the drop tables of the bosses too, man. That's a big one, man. I wish they would add more player titles, more cosmetics, more everything, like, to the game overall. Like, you should be getting cool stuff for accomplishing your goals in the game. Like, when you kill Uberduriel, I like the fact they added horse cosmetics and stuff, but you should automatically get like a full cosmetics set for killing Uberduriel and Uberbarshan. Like, you should be getting those cosmetic sets. But that's just the old, that's like the old school gamer in me, you know? It's like, that's, I know it's probably not going to happen, but I feel like it'd be nice if they would do something like that. It's like you kill Uberduriel, you get this bomb cosmetic that's like themed like Uberduriel, or poison themed or something like that. I will say, like, I am a big MMO fan, and that's probably why I feel that way about a lot of things. It's just because a lot of my influence comes from, like, playing MMOs. I feel like just having that extra thing that says you accomplished something in the game that you really were trying hard for makes it a lot more valuable to an individual. And obviously that's different for everybody, but... Not today, Blood Bishop. Disembowel. That sounds pretty cool. See, I gotta remind myself, don't go after the willpower nodes. What is disembowel? Let's see. Oh, I already like it. 5 willpower purse within range. You deal 2% increased bleeding damage. We're definitely going to be using disembowel. Killing a bleeding enemy has a 10% chance to reduce the cooldown of your non-ultimate active cooldowns by 1 second. I don't like that. So that should that's not important enough to be a 10% chance. That's crazy. Killing a bleeding enemy has a 10% chance to reduce the cooldowns of your non-ultimate active cooldowns by 1 second. Oh, my heart breaks when I read stuff like that. I'm like, this is a really cool glyph for bleed damage, but then you have this additional bonus, like 10% chance for 1 second on your non-ultimate cooldowns. Did someone not read that? Like, why would that be a thing? That's so bad. That's so bad. It should give like a multiplier, like, you know, you deal multiplicative damage towards bleeding enemies, or something along those lines. Oh, that's so painful. That's so painful for me. Such a good glyph for a bleed build, but oh my god. 10% chance for a 1 second cooldown on your non-ultimate skills. I feel like the creative people had the day off when they made that. That hurts my heart. Hits me right in the soft spot. Maybe if it was a 10% chance to reduce your cooldowns upon hitting a bleeding enemy, then I would be like, okay, that makes sense. I can see why someone wrote that out and was like, that sounds like a good additional bonus. You cool down your skill by 1 second, and it's all you have to do is hit a bleeding enemy, which are always going to be bleeding enemies, and it can be any skill, including your ultimate skill. You're doing you probably, that makes sense to me. That makes sense. But oh, that has to be the worst thing I've read yet on Barb, and I'm pretty happy so far with this class. I think it has a lot of cohesiveness to the class. Thorns while berserking. This is another one that's kind of funny. I thought this was hilarious. Movement speed while moving away from shield enemies. That might, I don't know. I don't even want to sound off on that. That sounds. Some things are just, when you write them out, you should already know that that's not good.
I'm not ready yet.
Like pen to paper, you wrote it down. You're like, you know what? Actually, that sounds pretty bad. Let's get rid of all these, and then we'll do.
While I'm in town.
No witchcraft here.
Gotta do Gyal Ruins first. I don't care. Super fast. Let's go. I'm telling you, I chose the wrong career path. I should have been like a game designer, but life didn't lead me there. Life did not lead me there.
I must wait.
Ow. Oh god. I did not read the modifiers on this. Okay, now I'm not gonna stand around. I didn't realize I was doing lightning storm. Let's get out of here. You know what I love the most? When you get lightning storms with suppressor enemies that chase you inside of the lightning storm. With a bunch of other enemies that chase you inside of the lightning storm. I forgot to get potions. No! Look at that. Oh man, that's crazy. You just get spawned back at the start with all your potions. That's so nice. Although I should play more serious. Nobody wants to watch somebody die all the time for stupid reasons. These masked guys are always doing a lot of damage. Oh, that dream is... That's not a dream anymore. That's a bygone time. I'm okay with not being a game designer. Oh, come on, hurry up. All right, now that we're out of that mess. See you later, brother. Enjoy your nap. Yeah, I hate this thing too, my man. Mistakes were made. Oh, I don't have any potions, yo. Oh, you know what? I definitely... Yeah, well, I forgot about my vampire powers. I forgot all about my vampiric powers. That's why I'm taking all this damage. I'm not getting any recovery. I bet I don't have... Yeah, 1 of 4. That's why. Oh, that's what's funny. I forgot. Completely forgot. Turn the easiest dungeon into an annoyance. Okay. Let's get back in there. I was like, why is my damage so low? I was chalking that up to maybe there was something up with the modifiers. But, yep, nope. I just completely forgot about my vampiric powers. Off we go. Probably just hit flay the entire time. Boy, what a difference without the powers on. Bang, bang. We're chewing through her. Yeah, I definitely think I like this more for streaming because I can talk to people a lot more and not focus on not dying. Makes it a lot easier. Although there is a balance there because I get to talk and I completely forget to do certain things. Like put your vampire powers on. That's funny. Guess I'll go ahead and level up this, where'd it go? Where did you go? No, no, no. There it is. Man, that's really disappointing. That is a great glyph with just a really bad bonus, man. It's so crazy. When I read that, I'm just like there's something's wrong there. Okay, let's go put our powers on so we don't look ridiculous. This is really nice. The question is, does this work with Whirlwind? Or do you have to actively keep pulsing Whirlwind for it to get that bonus? Most likely does.
I can't do that here.
Then come back if you need the forge.
Not while I'm in town.
Come on, Mega Horse.
Now, Leah, there's something out there killing us and no one will do anything.
All right, let's adjust our packs real quick. What we need: 6 skulls and then 3 chalice. We should be able to get that. Three and then 6. 3. No, we actually need to take off. Let's remove this and remove this. Two more. And then one more. There we go. Now we're better. Now we're sitting where we need to sit. Definitely want to get a cursed touch all the way up. Dang, I'm not getting any cursed touch. Okay. I could probably also make some damage over time. Which one is damage over time? Damage over time. Nice. Let's go with 3 of these. And then we'll go with... I think I might go with topaz on the gear. I'll just go with rubies. And then diamonds. Go ahead and use that. There we go. Now we are more equipped. Let me check and see where the Hell Tide is. Not the Hell Tide, but the Blood Harvest.
I must wait.
Overgrown vermin's broken every trap.
I need time to do that. I need
Ugh.
I'm not ready yet.
This should put me over to 60, maybe, possibly.
I'm not ready yet. I need time to do that.
It's funny because I'm not really getting any bonus from the crit aspect because I constantly swap in and out of doing my whirlwind. Die. Enemies with extra health, boy.
I'm not ready yet.
I think Ravenous would still be pretty good for this build. Oh man, I didn't want to do that.
I need time to do that.
Let's see. Let's go over here. Just one more. There we go. And then we'll work on I got 20 minutes on all those others.
I'm not ready yet. It is done.
Okay. Let's go back out there.
I need more time. I need time to do that. I need more time.
Let's see. Probably gonna, after we finish this up, I'll probably go ahead and get off of here, just because it's getting kind of late. See. Go down here.
I'm not ready yet.
Where's the next one? We'll go. Well, that poor fella died.
I need more time. I need more time.
overkill. All right. Let's go turn this in. I think that's a good stopping point right there. Alrighty, guys, that's going to be it for me for this stream. I will be back on tomorrow. I will probably be putting out another video tomorrow as well, so be on the lookout for that. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day or a great night, wherever you're from, and peace out, guys. I will see you guys later.